Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the afternoon 3 steps for a quick implementation for SAP on Alibaba Cloud. So if anybody does the implementation of ERP system, usually you know it's a long process, and the process including the business process of implementation, and also there's an infrastructure of implementation. Usually come with a lot of infrastructure, install, config, and this is really taking a lot of effort. But with Alibaba Cloud today and SAP in Alibaba Cloud is going to a very quick solution for migrating the SAP into a cloud-based solution. So today we're going to talk about the 3 things. And so first is the solution design, and also the building environment, and the final one is talking about the deployment. So just like any ERP implementation, it comes with a good planning. So we need to plan well, and what kind of solution, what kind of a process, and what kind of infrastructure that we're going to use. For SAP implementation usually come with 3 different kind of implementation and the choice. One is the new implementation, the other one is migration, and the third one is use the cloud-based solution for your DR solution. So once you decided what kind of solution that you have, and you need to planning for the hybrid network the integration, and also we need to find a right partner with you, because Alibaba is a solution for migrating to a cloud, but you still need to have a good system integrator work with you. So we also need to design a suitable of the landscaping and to deploy our solution. So use SAP sizing, and we can really getting the good information out of this sizing calculator, and be able to see what kind of CPU utilization and what kind of storage that you need, and in what kind of network system that you need to segregating your system. So this is really a good planning stage that you need to prepare for yourself. And also you can use the Alibaba Cloud TCO, the total ownership of total cost of ownership, to calculating the comparison of the cloud solution with the on-premise solution. Then you can see on-premise solution today versus how we're going to be getting the value and put into the cloud. So once we have a good plan, and what's the next step is to do is the building the environment. So we need to build a good network to segregate our system, and to have SAP running specifically in the virtual private cloud. On that, we also need to make sure our environment is very secure, and we can have a basin of the host with an elastic IP address. So this is all using the Alibaba Cloud. You can quickly, planning for that. We also can create an elastic computing and for ECS, and you can build in the instance from there. So security is also very important to us. So you need to create a good security for access, for authentication, and for authorization. So the RAM is really a good way to actually to use the resource accessing management and be able to manage our user identities. So we can also use a ECS instance group, security group, to make sure the restrict some of access and for the user. So this is really building our environment once we have a plan, we're building the environment. The next thing we're going to do is to see how this architecturally it will be presented for our SAP instance. So if you look at this architecture diagram, and you really can have a different way of to deploy your SAP instance. You can scale out, you can scale up, and so this is really, you can use the cloud is really a good way for us to quickly deploy based on your business needs. You can start with a small if your business is not growing at the moment, but you can also, as business grow, you can scale up and scale up. So if you look at this one, and you can see we can actually doing a multiple zones in one region, and to have a HA, the high availability, and for the SAP system. And also we can, based on the SLA, you can actually do a multi-region, and to have another region to as your DR and DR region for in the case of disaster recovery. So you can use that the second region to be able to run your in the event of disaster in the event of disaster. Once we have the environment prepared, once we have the architecture designed and the plan we already have, so now we're going to deploy that. So the deployment of the Alibaba SAP running in Alibaba Cloud is really a simple. So it's no difference than just creating a user account first. And when you create a user account in the Alibaba Cloud, you can watch for some of promotion there. So the next thing is we're choosing what kind of operating system image. So you can have a different kind of image for SAP. You can have a public image, and you also can have a shared image or marketplace image that you can use to install a SAP in Alibaba Cloud. So you can download the SAP image media into our OSS storage, and you can, using our one single click ECS deployment, can quickly running the implementation of and install of the SAP. So it's really a simple way to deploy a SAP into a cloud. So using deploying SAP into a cloud is no difference than you deploy into on-premise. All the skill sets that you have and all the tools you normally use, and it's going to be still the same way as you use in the cloud. So such as the software provision management, and also the DMO tools. And this is the common tools that you normally would use in your on-premise install. So it's really, there's no skill change, there's no further kind of things you need to learn. So we also support bring your own license model. So you can bring your own license for the SAP implementation. So you can leverage a lot of the cloud-based the infrastructure and the cloud-based tools to run your backup, to your snapshot, and these other tools is very easy. So imagine in the on-prem environment, you have to do a lot of backup yourself. You have to have a system administrator, Unix administrator, network administrator. All of this, if you choose to use a cloud, and this becomes a saving for you. So you don't have to have that kind of skill set in-house, and you don't have to have the people to manage that. You leave that for Alibaba team to support that. So really is the 3 steps and the quick steps for deploying a SAP into a Alibaba cloud. So it's very quick, easy way for us to for you to actually deploy your SAP into the Alibaba cloud. So I'm here for further questions you may have. So if you have any questions, that we can answer that to you here. Thank you very much.